Say, Ken.
Yes, Bing?
What's cooking tonight?
Why, this is our St. Patrick's Day program.
Begorrah it is.
And, incidentally, you're on.
Oh. Where the blue of the night meets the green of today, a shamrock waits for me.
Welcome you to Philco Radio Time, produced and transcribed in Hollywood with John Scott Trotter and his orchestra, the Rhythmaires, and Bing's guest, Margaret O'Brien. And now we bring you Kate Harrigan's greenest droner, Bing Crosby.
Hey, thanks. How'd you know that my mother's maiden name was Harrigan?
Well, I checked with your brother Everett.
Oh, that's right. He's the family historian, isn't he? He's also in charge of the piggy bank.
Yes.
Patty's pig, that is. Now, Ken, before we lose this Hibernian mood, the Rhythmaires, John Scott, and myself would like to do a song made immortal by Whisperin' Pat Harrington. Ready, John? Here, old Donegal. 3 years ago this very day I left the Port of Cork, and on a ship from Old Erin's Isle I landed in New York. Without a friend to meet me there and a stranger on the shore, but I wore an honest Irish heart and fortune came galore. So here I am back again on dear Old Erin's Isle, and the friends they meet me on the quay and they greet me with a smile. But there's faces there that I surely forgot, for I was so long away. But me mother she introduces all, and this is what she says.
Shake hands with your Uncle Mike, B-boy. Shake hands with your sister Kate.
Well, Kitty, me darling.
The girl you used to swing down on the garden gate.
Oh.
Shake hands with all the neighbors.
Come forward.
And kiss the counting door.
The part I
You're
like.
welcome as the flowers in nature, dear old Donegal.
Well, they gave a party when I came back, and they came from near and far, and the road was lined for near a mile with Irish jaunting cars, and the whiskey flowed like buttermilk to fill our hearts with joy, and the piper played an Irish reel to greet the Yankee boy. So tomorrow out to church I'll go, and the wedded I will be to my pretty little calling, sweet Biddy McGee. For Biddy was true and faithful to her Barney o'er the sea, and would join the harp and shamrocks to the stars of liberty. Deccan, Brannigan, Flanagan, Milligan, Gilligan, Duffy, McGuffey, Malachi, Mahone, Rafferty, Lafferty, Donnelly, Connolly, Dooley, O'Hooley, Muldowney, Mullaw, Kelowna, oh, Kelowna. How did he get in there? Politics, eh? Shanahan, Manahan, Fogarty, Hogarty, Kelly, O'Skilly, McGinnis, McGinn. O'Brien was late. Then I'll shake the hand of me Uncle Mike and the hand of me Sister Kate, and I'll hug and I'll squeeze as much as I please the girl on the garden gate. Then I'll invite all the neighbors to my wedding, great and small, and I'll live content and pay no rent in dear old Donegal.
Swell, Bing and Rhythmaires. That was really straight from the old sod. You sure can rattle off those Irish names, Bing.
Oh, there's a lot of them, Ken. Harmons, Hogans, O'Dooleys. I could go on forever. The O'Tooles, the O'Reillys, the O'Melvins.
Yeah. Say, Bing, I've often wondered, are there any O'Philcos in Ireland?
When did you often wonder that?
Just now.
Well, I don't know of any O'Philco family there. Why don't you call Pat O'Brien? Check with him. He'll know.
Oh, really?
No, O'Brien.
Oh. Well, anyhow, Bing, they got to have radio programs in Ireland, don't they?
Oh, sure.
What kind do they have?
Oh, about the same as we have here.
Yeah.
They got Phil Fogarty and his all-Colleen Orchestra.
Oh, fine.
They got a program called Truth or the Back of Me Hand to you. And one called People Are Funny, but Watch Out Who You Laugh at.
Yes.
And there's Amos and Seamus.
Oh, I like that. That's great.
John's Other Jug. And The Rise of the Goldbergs. Big over there.
Well, those sound like great shows, Bing. And whether there's no Philco family in Ireland or not, I'm sure lots of folks there listen to Philco radios.
Certainly. The green jobs with the shamrock push buttons and the clay pipe tubes.
And in Ireland, like everywhere else, no matter what you're listening to, all programs sound better on Philcos.
You're so right. Let's have it, Ken, and make it short.
Oh, don't worry. I'm not long for this commercial. So long to the new listeners. listeners will be for snapping up Philco's sensational new plastic portable. One fast look and a listen, and you're in business with the slickest, smartest portable radio you ever flipped a switch on. Lightweight plastic case in your choice of 4 colors, every one an eye-catcher. So's the price, Philco quality all the way through at a sensationally low cost. Breeze on into your Philco dealer now and catch the performance of this new portable champion from Philco, the leader.
Gloria Wood forsakes the Rhythmaires at this point to join me in Jack Brooks's new tune, Saturday Day. So just the way she sang it on record with Harry Babbitt for Kay Kaiser. Hello, honey. Do you look swell? How you been?
Oh, wonderful. Oh, but don't just stand there. Come on in.
Oh, but haven't we got places to go? A lot of things to do?
Mm-hmm. But I'd like to stay at home. Well, if it's all the same to you.
Well, okay. I got a Saturday date with my everyday sweetheart.
And we plan to spend a wonderful evening at home.
We'll be dining in the kitchen,
Dancing in the parlor,
talking when the lights are low,
or just plain sitting,
listening to the radio.
On my Saturday date with my everyday sweetheart.
As long as we're alone, we're all right. We're a couple of stay-at-homes on Saturday night. Honey, let's sit over here where the lights are low.
You mean just you and I
Yeah.
and the radio?
Are you happy?
Happy.
Love me?
Guess.
You comfy?
And cozy.
Shall we dance?
Oh, yes.
On my Saturday day with my everyday sweetheart.
Long as we're alone, we're all right.
It's a pleasure to be alone.
In a world that we call our own.
Shall we do this again
Well, now you tell me when.
on our Saturday days?
Oh, I can hardly wait.
'Cause we're a couple of stay-at-homes on Saturday night. By way of presenting a young lady whose name has been in my special date book for a long time, let me say that here's the perfect example of what happens when you mix sugar and spice and everything nice. The very charming and talented Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer star, Miss Margaret O'Brien. Margaret, it's really nice to see you again. And may I take this opportunity to wish you a very joyous St. Patrick's Day?
Sure now, and I thank ye, Mr. Crosby, and 'tis the very same thing I'm wishing to you.
Well, bless my glockamora. Barry Fitzgerald in a hair ribbon we got here.
Sure, 'tis a grand and glorious day that they've set aside in honor of St. Pat.
Sure, and it is that, Maggie Miguel. And let me add that I've never seen you looking more beautiful. Your eyes, they glimmer like the Irish sun dancing across the waters of the River Shannon. And your cheeks have the tender colouring of the wild Irish rose.
Oh, Mr. Crosby, you and your blarney. How you do go on. And please do go on.
Tis no blarney, McCushla. 'Tis from me heart.
Faith, and is it now?
Hey, then it is. And if I'm not telling the truth, may the leprechauns put the whammy on the Pittsburgh Pirates. Heaven forbid.
Heaven forbid.
Heaven forbid indeed.
Well, Mr. Crosby, as long as you said so many nice things about me, may I offer you a little blarney?
That you may.
Sure, and your voice is like an Irish thrush pouring out its heart. And your eyes are as blue as the skies over the lakes of Killarney. And those clothes you're wearing.
Yes.
Finian's rainbow.
Margaret, we better cut this out or we'll have Ajax Cassidy moving in here from Allen's Alley.
I guess you're right, Mr. Crosby.
I'm sure happy to see you tonight because I want to thank you for something, Margaret.
What's that?
Well, I must say that during the past year, you've had a remarkable influence on my youngest son, Linny.
He's so charming. And you know, Linny was almost voted the most popular boy in our class.
Well, who ran first?
Leslie Peterson.
Leslie Peterson?
He gave us all the measles.
Oh. Everybody went home. I remember that vacation you all had. Tell me, Margaret, how's Linny doing in school?
All right, I guess. Don't you see his report card?
Report card? He gave me to understand that they don't have report cards at your school.
Oh, well, maybe they just give report cards to the girls at our school.
Mm-hmm.
But really, Mr. Crosby, we're both very good in everything, but history.
History? Why should history give you trouble? Why, when I was your age, I could name all of the presidents in order.
Yes, but there weren't nearly so many of them to remember them.
You're right. The last president I had to remember was a Republican, I think. I've been reading your column in the Family Circle magazine. Pretty good stuff. With your pictures and your schoolwork and everything, I don't see how you find time to write a column.
Well, I visit different places, and I read the newspapers, and I listen to the radio.
Do you ever listen to my program?
Oh, yes, Mr. Crosby. Every day, all day long.
See what you mean.
But my favorite program next to you is Super Neutron, the man with the atomic lungs.
Atomic lungs? Is that standard equipment?
Oh, yes. He just breathes on criminals and they explode.
If the boy ever catches cold, he's in big trouble.
Oh, Super Neutron never catches cold. He eats Stratosphere Crunchies, the breakfast food that's out of this world.
Got to be. Do they snap, crackle, and pop?
No, they just go.
Sounds pretty dangerous. Do you eat them?
Certainly. I have to so I can save the box tops.
Ah, yes, the box tops. What do you do with them?
When I get 10 of them, I send them to Super Neutron, and he sends me the secret invisible code message.
For 10 box tops?
Yes, and then I save 10 more, and Super Neutron sends me the chemical formula to make the secret code message visible.
This is pretty fascinating stuff, isn't it? What happens then?
Then I send in 10 more box tops, and Super Neutron sends me the code book so I can read the secret code.
Oh, and what does it say?
It says, this little girl has sent in 30 box tops.
Oh, look what I've missed being an old oatmeal man.
Not only that, Mr. Crosby, the Super Neutron stories are very interesting.
Oh, well, they probably are, Margaret, but I don't go for these modern stories so much. Whatever happened to the kids who enjoyed the old-fashioned fairy tales?
Well, children still like fairy tales.
Well, I'm really glad to hear that.
I've just written a fairy tale for our class play, and I play the part of Cinderella.
Oh, Maggie, you'd be devastating as Cinderella. Who's going to be Prince Charming?
The most charming man I know.
Well, you got the script with you?
Right here. This is your copy.
Thank you.
I marked your part with red Crayola.
Say, it's a clever title. Cinderella Goes to Town.
This is a modern version. I wonder if Mr. Carpenter will play the narrator.
I'd be honored, Margaret. Shall we begin?
But first we must have someone to play Cinderella's two mean sisters.
Well, I've got the people, all right. John Scott Trotter. He's not mean, but he's two people, all right.
But I was saving him for Cinderella's carriage.
We get another carriage somewhere.
Then I guess we're all ready to begin, Mr. Carpenter.
All right, Margaret. Ladies and gentlemen, Cinderella Goes to Town. Once upon a time, in 1948, there was a mean and haughty woman who had 3 daughters, Metro, Goldwyn, and Cinderella.
I'm from Paramount, you know.
Please, Mr. Crosby, don't spoil the mood.
I'm sorry. Continue, Cobb.
The 2 sisters were very mean to Cinderella. All day long, they would sit around eating Hershey bars and popsicles. And poor Cinderella was forced to stay out on the service porch with a Maytag washer and wash May's tags.
Mighty modern drudgery.
As the scene opens, Cinderella's 2 sisters are getting dressed for the big ball that Prince Mike Romanoff Charming is giving that night.
At his restaurant.
Prince Mike Charming is giving a fancy dress ball to which he's invited all the grand and important people of Hollywood, such as agents, Cinderella's two mean sisters have been invited, too, but not poor, sweet Cinderella. The first mean sister speaks.
Oh, mean sister.
The second mean sister speaks.
Yes, mean sister. What are you going to wear to the ball tonight? Oh, I think I'll wear my pink velvet with the wasp waist.
I'd like to see either one of you get into it.
Say, other mean sister, where's that wretched Cinderella? I'll call her. Cinderella?
Yes, mean sisters. What do you want?
Here, take this stick out and have it re-popsicled.
Oh, I'm so unhappy. I haven't been invited to the ball.
Who would invite you to the ball? Now go and do your work.
Yes, mean sisters.
And so the two mean sisters got all dressed up and went to the ball and left poor Cinderella home in tears.
Oh, poor me. Here I am left all alone to sit in the chimney corners among the cinders. I guess I'll tune into Bob Hope's program and have a good cry.
Don't cry, Cinderella. Dry your little tears.
Oh, are you my fairy godfather?
No, my child. I am Super Neutron, the man with the atomic lungs.
Sounds like a fresh pack of Raleighs.
Oh, Super Neutron.
I'm here to help you, my child. I have come to see that you attend Prince Charming's court ball.
But I have no silver dress trimmed with precious jewels.
I will tap you with my atomic wand. Here, my child. Now look at yourself in this mirror.
Oh, I'm ravishingly beautiful. I have a new gown by Orly Kelly, makeup by Wally Westmore, and hairstyling by Tony Coldwave.
Yes, Cinderella, and look at your dainty little feet.
Oh, how lovely. Beautiful glass slippers with high heels.
Now you must have a royal carriage. I will tap this pumpkin with my wand.
Oh, a beautiful Cadillac convertible drawn by Madman Muntz.
Now you may leave for the ball, Cinderella. But remember, you must not stay a minute after the clock strikes 12, because your Cadillac will again become a pumpkin. Madman Muntz will turn into Honest John. And your clothes will become the ugly, dirty rags of the girl who sat among the cinders.
I'll remember the clock. And thank you a million trillion times for all these lovely gifts.
Oh, this stuff is nothing. You ought to guess who Miss Hush is sometime. Goodbye, Cinderella.
Goodbye, Super Neutron. And now I'm off to the ball. Oh, Prince Charming, this is the most wonderful party in all the world.
My dear, may I say that you are the most beautiful princess I have ever seen.
Oh, thank you, Prince Charming. You're beautiful, too.
For many years, I have waited for a lovely princess like you to come along.
Oh, Prince Charming, you are so charming.
Darling, tell me that you will marry me and be my wife.
Oh, no, the clock strikes 12. I must leave.
But, my darling, she's running away. But she threw a shoe. Woe is me. My princess is fled, and I have naught but this tiny glass slipper to remember her by. I have searched all over my vast kingdom, but I cannot find the lovely girl whose foot fits into the slipper. I am in the depths of despair. I will kill myself with this dagger.
Hold everything.
Why, it's Super Neutron.
Yes, stay thy hand, Prince Charming. I know where you can find the beautiful girl to whom that slipper belongs.
Where, Super Neutron? Where does she live?
118 Elm Street.
I will fly there immediately on one of my fastest horses.
You'll never make it. I will tap something. Let me tap that slipper.
It's my princess, and she's in the slipper.
My Prince Charming.
Oh, my darling, now that I've found you, I shall never let you out of my arms again. Come, we will be married at once.
Oh, I'm so thrilled. Let us go and live happily ever after.
Margaret, your play was delightful, and thank you. Now, if you'll just stand close by here, I'd like to sing you a fine old Irish tune, just for you. Go back to that tumble-down shack where the wild roses bloom round the door, just to pillow my head in that old trundle bed, just to see my old mother once more. There's a bright, gleaming light guiding me home tonight, down the long road of white cobblestone, down the road that leads back to that tumble-down shack. To the tumble-down shack in Athlone. I'm a long way from home, and my thoughts ever roam to old Erin far over the sea. For my heart, it is there where the skies are so fair, and old Ireland is calling to me. There's a bright, gleaming light guiding me home tonight, down the long road of white cobblestone, down the road that leads back to that tumble-down shack, to that tumble-down shack in Athlone.
I love that song.
Well, I'm so glad you did, my princess.
Oh, do you know what?
What?
We forgot to thank Mr. Carpenter for his wonderful acting as Super Neutron, the man with the atomic lungs.
Oh, Margaret, you shouldn't have mentioned Carpenter's lungs here.
Why not?
You just take a deep breath and let go of the commercial.
Well, why not, Bing? We got plenty to blow about. Brand new Philco models arriving at your dealer every day. Gorgeous Philco radio phonographs with everything for easy listening. Plus, plenty of record storage space as a dividend. Eye-catching new plastic portables, powerhouse performers at a sensationally low price for Philco quality. And now, an atomic bombshell for you record fans. Philco's new automatic way to play records in a stunning, streamlined table radio phonograph that's a regular ring-dang-do, a ball of fire on radio or records, a fashion flash in fine cabinet design. See it, hear it, get it at your Philco dealer. You'll blow your top, too, over the sensational new Philco 1401, the radio phonograph with the easiest way to play records ever invented. From the world's largest radio manufacturer, Philco, the leader.
You blew all right. Dust yourself off, folks. If you ever go across the sea to Ireland, Then maybe at the closing of your day, you will sit and watch the moon rise over Cladda and watch the barefoot gossoons at their play. Just to hear again the ripple of the trout stream, the women in the meadows making hay, and to sit beside a turf fire in the cabin and see the sun go down on Galway Bay. For the breeze is blowing o'er the seas from Ireland, are perfumed by the heather as they blow, and the women in the upland digging praties speak a language that the strangers do not know. For the strangers came and tried to teach us their ways. They scorned us just for being what we are. But they might as well go chasing after moonbeams or light a penny candle from a star. And if there's going to be a life hereafter, and somehow I'm sure there's gonna be, I will ask my God to let me make my heaven in that dear land across the Irish Sea.
And now, before heading home for a late snack of corned beef and cabbage, I want to thank Princess Margaret O'Brien for dropping in tonight and marrying me.
And Mr. Crosby, when you go home, please be sure to explain to Mrs. Crosby that we were just play acting.
Oh, I think Dixie will understand, Margaret. I want to tell you that I saw this picture that you were in, this last picture, and you did a remarkable job of acting in it. The big city?
It was fun working with Danny Thomas, George Murphy, and Bob Preston.
Oh, grand boys, every one of them. Well, Maggie, I hope I'll see you soon. Good night.
Good night, Bing.
Good night, folks. And thanks.
This program was produced and transcribed in Hollywood by Bill Morrow and Murdo McKenzie. Tune in to Philco Radio Time next week and hear Bing Crosby, John Scott Trotter and his orchestra, the Rhythmaires and Bing's guests, Wild Bill Elliott, and Peggy Lee. The Blarney on our St. Patrick's Day program was through the courtesy of Hal Cantor, Larry Clemens, and Blarney Dean. And remember, keep your eye on your Philco dealer now for the newest thing in radio from Philco, the leader.